Flight 171 took off on June 12, 1:38 pm. Immediately after takeoff, the pilot said, "Mayday, no power, no thrust, losing lift." And by the time the air control could reply to them, they crashed, killing 241 passengers of the 242 people on board. Luckily, there was one person who survived the full crash. He was seated in 11A near the emergency exit. As the flight was descending in an emergency, he escaped. Now coming to what caused the crash. Now there are three theories to it. Now as we can see in this mayday message, the pilot says no power, no thrust, losing lift. Means there could have been a bilateral engine failure. But how could this bilateral engine failure occur? Either it could be hit by birds. When birds hit these engines, what will happen is the engines will lose their function and the flight can go down. But many crash videos we can see there were no birds present in and around that area. So most probably that is not the reason.
As we can see in this video, the flight slowly losing its thrust and losing lift and slowly crash landing into the neighborhood area.
Or it could have been a single engine failure. But what flight was used here was a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which is designed in such a way that even if one engine is working, it will be enough to come and land back. So mostly this bilateral engine failure, even if it had happened, it could have been to another reason. Another theory which they say that is that this engine failure could have happened due to fuel contamination. But if there was fuel contamination causing bilateral engine failure, during takeoff only the flight would have known it and they would have not have taken off only. This theory is saying that the flaps in the wings of the flight were not deployed properly. So what are these flaps? So these flaps are situated in the wings of the aircraft, which help to shorten the runway and also make the aircraft lighter so that they lift off and give an absolute lift for the aircraft to go. So if these flaps were not deployed properly, then immediately after takeoff the proper lift wouldn't have been got and the flight would have crashed. But this theory can be refuted because nowadays in aircrafts we don't have manual checklists, we have electronic checklists where the machine only first checks that if all these are working or deployed during runway. While taxiing, if these flaps are not deployed, the flight will put a big red signal and won't take off only. So this theory also most probably is not the cause of